Hello, all. We're back
I,
with another discussion. Since Rob and I didn't get our live reactions to the Smash Direct, I thought we'd do a discussion. And we've got John here again as well. Oh, John here, and we've got
Hello.
Rob.
how's it going, guys?
So we have another. Well, actually, this is the first major. Like, was there? There wasn't a Smash Direct before this for this game, was there?
Unless you count E3.
It was
E3
basically,
basically was. Yeah.
Yeah.
the Nintendo Direct or whatever they called it for E3 was basically like 90% Smash. It seemed like, but this didn't even seem as comprehensive actually as that what one did, which is kind of strange, at
Mhm.
least in hindsight. But we got some pretty big reveals. I saw this great tweet that was like, people were like, "Oh, we're on to you, Nintendo. Like, we know what your big reveal is going to be. It's Simon Belmont." And it's like he pulls out like Dark Samus, and obviously he pulls out K. Rool, and it's like
Mhm.
a special mode, and it's like these people didn't really know what they were in for.
Yeah, no kidding. Seriously.
Yeah. It does seem. I mean, I don't want to like ruin the fun, but if you want to, you can probably find who might else be joining the game because these two line up with someone's someone's predictions. Let's say.
Was that like?
Like a leaker you're talking about?
Yeah, it might be a leaker out there knows more than we do about this.
Is that guy Van something?
I actually don't know.
I don't know the guy's
I would
name, but
I remember
is
Rob.
it?
You sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I remember you referencing a 4chan post that was like very vague, but like
Mhm.
referenced like an archer or something, and that was why you thought it was
Yep.
gonna be Decidui.
But they were wrong because like yeah, I mean they were cryptic about it, but they said that like essentially Dixie and um K. Rool were going to be announced during this direct. Well, actually,
Uh,
during a direct in July, and then it just didn't happen. I mean, we
hmm.
did get K. Rool, but there was one guy that predicted Ice Climbers. He predicted Ice Climbers, Ridley, all the returning fighters, the name of the game, all before E3, and he also predicted Simon Belmont before E3. But of those, Simon Belmont was the only one that didn't come true, and now Simon Belmont, like afterwards, he like kind of like doubled up on his prediction, and he was just like, no, Simon Belmont is in the game. They just haven't revealed him yet. And
Wow.
also Isabella, I think, from Animal Crossing, was
As a
like an echo.
fighter? Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah, I guess
she
it's
could
an
be an
echo
echo
fighter or
fighter
something.
of the villager. Yeah.
Yeah.
Has she been shown? Because she's been what is it called?
Assist
Like
trophy.
assist trophy, yeah. Before I don't remember if she was in that at all.
She wasn't in this direct. I definitely know that. I don't know about the previous one.
I don't
I'm
think
not
I've
sure.
seen
I
her.
couldn't tell you.
I don't believe I've seen her in any of the footage of this game. It's. I mean, it's hard to keep track. There's just so much stuff happening and being announced so quickly.
Yeah.
Like just the number of items and stages and like, man, it's insane. Like as I was saying right before were recording, like I at this point I'm just completely convinced that Sakurai is just insane and just like lives for this and like just like tries to be as meticulous as possible and like put in as much crazy shit as he can.
Oh
I
yeah.
think I think like Smash Brothers, like their lead ups to putting out a game has like the most media of any game like I can think of. Like I remember when Brawl was coming out, like every single day there would be new stuff. I think that's happening with this game as well. It's like
Yeah.
people have to like do that. It's not just like, yeah, we just set it up and it automatically does it. It's like no, they I don't know. Yeah, it feels like that comes from on high that he's like, yes, I want this. Like this is all like part of some weird strategy that he has. That it's fun. It's fun
It
to
is
be
fun.
along for the ride.
I think they did it for 4 as well. Like they had the blog, like the blog for Brawl, and then they only posted the updates on Miiverse for 4. So like most people would like I was following like a Twitter account. I think I even had an Android app at one point that was just like transcribe it from Miiverse. So I didn't have
Wow.
to go on Miiverse to see the updates.
Did you what is it called? It's not like, it's like yeah or something like that. Did you yeah any of the posts?
I don't think I no not those specifically. I don't
Ah.
think I don't know. But
Well,
I've
I
used
love
some
Miiverse,
posts in
by
my
the way.
time though. I wonder why that never caught on.
Yeah.
It's funny too, because like whenever you would like you could like choose your facial expression when you posted something in Miiverse. So then everyone else who posted would also have that facial, or everyone else who yahed it would have that same facial expression, like in like the line of memes that showed at the bottom of your post. Such a weird, ridiculous thing.
It seems like going back to Smash, like it seems like it's very obvious that he's putting in a concentrated effort to give like the fans what they want, which is really nice. I'll say that. You know.
Yeah. This is the ultimate, no pun intended,
Yeah.
fan service.
It is, yeah.
It's crazy. I wonder how many studios he has working on it this time around, especially if there's an adventure mode. It could be.
Well, see that we don't know. That was one of the interesting things in the direct, where it was like, he showed off he showed off tournament mode, like squad strike, a bunch of other different modes, classic mode, that new training mode, which looks really cool. But then there was
cool.
that like little blurred out section that he wouldn't show.
You said on that stream that you were doing that somebody kind of like figured out what it said, didn't you?
Or like one word of it. Yeah, I can't remember what it was. Yeah, somebody in my stream posted it. I don't know if that's true or not.
Oh.
When I did the Brawl stream.
Oh, that's right.
But yeah, I don't know what the word they deciphered out of it is. I have no idea. But I think it's kind of obvious that it's some kind of adventure mode, I'd imagine.
I wonder if the polygons or the wireframes will make a comeback.
That'd be cool.
Because they haven't been around for a while.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
They were like opponents in like versus like 30 and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, there was like the multi-man melee thing.
Ah, that's right. Yeah.
But why did they? They replaced them with something. I don't even remember what it was. I guess Mii Fighters in the fourth one, and then in Brawl it was something weird. I don't even
No,
remember.
it was the Fighting Polygon team, and then it was the wireframe dudes in Melee.
Yeah, but then there was something else in Brawl too.
I don't know.
But they were like forgettable. Like no one remembers those ones.
I couldn't tell you.
3 people here who played that game cannot tell you what they were. So
I feel like it might have also been wireframes. I think that's why. I have a feeling that's what it was.
I could have sworn they were like different metals or something. There was like a cobalt one and a whatever, I don't know, an onyx one or something. Like it was something weird like
I think I vaguely remember, but I couldn't tell you. I could look it up if you want.
It's not important.
Anyway.
But yeah, I mean, the trailer that it started with, unfortunately it was a little choppy for me live, and I was like trying to get the stream working, so I went back and rewatched it. And like it was great. Like I love Luigi so much.
It was great. Yeah.
I think that's
it was so dark. Like holy crap.
Yeah, like him just getting straight up killed by death. And then like when he's trying to like settle back into his body, and then like that monster shows up at the end. It's great.
Oh yeah, and just like he's like trying to get back out. The monster scares him. It's pretty funny.
It's crazy that like the internet response to Luigi dying was like so like, oh my god, like how could you do this, Nintendo? And they had to like come out and say that he was okay on Twitter.
They killed off Mega Man and Mario just like a month later or a month before.
That's what people were pointing out too. It's like nobody cares when that happens, but when it's Luigi.
Yeah.
I guess we saw Luigi's ghost. Like it's very hard to be like, oh, he's fine. Yeah. It's like, no, he's a ghost. No.
Yeah, his eyes are like he's like laying there all like
his
weird,
eyes, like,
and his eyes are all blanked out, you know.
Terrifying.
And like, like when I saw the Ridley thing, I was just like, oh, Ridley just like KO'd them. They're fine. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
That would be fun. It was sorry. Like if I don't know on that stage or something like that, you always became a ghost afterwards. Like I don't know. I actually know
yeah, like
I'm
just style. You harass the other players.
There's precedent. It's like becoming the bomb in.
Okay, I'm not sure why that happened. For some reason, the DDD picture just like randomly popped up right here. DDD must be everywhere.
The trailer for Simon was great because like I feel like I kind of knew what it was like just a couple seconds in once you see the figure and you see you're in a castle and you're like, all right, this has got to be Simon Belmont, you know. But at first it threw me off, you know.
Yeah, it could have been like King Boo. Like I could have seen that. People thinking that it was for that or something. I don't know.
Man.
Maybe, yeah, but it was really cool what they did with Luigi. It was really funny.
It's a good little crossover. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
I think that Simon Belmont, like, I don't know, I don't really have that much experience with Castlevania. I sort of played 3 back in the day, but nothing really since. But people pointed out that his character model is like aces, man. It looks like it came straight off of the like box art for the original Castlevania, and like
That's
he
great.
walked into Smash Brothers, and he does that walk when he moves, like the old Castlevania weird walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks great.
They
It
do
looks
such a good
fantastic.
job of paying homage. Like I think they did a great job with Mega Man as well, and just like achieving that classic look. And
Yeah, and it makes sense that they would go more for that classic look, being again that it's most of Castlevania's history is on like the older Nintendo consoles. So
yeah,
um,
I think I'm gonna have to
yeah,
go back and play those games myself too, because I've honestly barely played any of them. Like I played 4 on the SNES Classic, and I played like the demo for Symphony of the Night on XBLA or something, and that's about the extent of my experience.
I recently finished 4 with Dave. I'm actually right now playing Dracula X on and off. I've
Mhm.
played 1, I've played 3, and I played a little bit of 1 for N64, which isn't that great. I've been meaning to do Symphony of the Night, but I'm waiting for um, my friend Kevin, who gave me the game, to like play it. By the way, I liked the Alucard trophy as well. I thought that was kind of cool.
Mhm.
Um,
And how Dracula
but yeah,
gets to
those.
show up. Sorry.
Oh yeah, but yeah, that's my exposure to Castlevania anyway. I was still excited because I think it, he definitely like fits right in. Probably
Mhm.
more so than Snake, I would say.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I guess Solid Snake was on the NES, but like he didn't become
Mhm.
popular until later, or at least not
Yeah.
mainstream kind of thing. But as someone
But I
like,
mean,
sorry,
sorry, I was just gonna say, like, I don't really think. I think at this point in time, with Cloud is the pretty much big example of like, it's like, he technically has been on Nintendo properties before, but like, he's really not famous for that. I think that it's we don't need to think about like, oh, is this character like fit with Nintendo? It's like, does he fit with video games? That's
yeah,
kind of my like. It's like, okay,
I
and
think it
Simon
matters to
Belmont definitely fits.
I think it matters to a certain extent though, because I don't see them like adding a bunch of new characters like that. I feel like if they're gonna add third party characters, they should make them kind of relevant to Nintendo. But if if with Cloud, it's kind of an exception, I think, because you can't really pick a bigger representation for Square Enix than Cloud. Whereas I think for Konami, Castlevania's good, and like obviously Snake's good too.
but think of
And
like,
I think they fit a little bit more with in the realm of like the sort of Nintendo universe than maybe Cloud. Maybe not Solid Snake, I guess, but
yeah, that
certainly
makes sense.
certainly Simon.
I was gonna say like,
Uh,
think of like if they had used like Terra or Cecil or like the Warrior of Light from the
yeah,
first game, like that would have been pretty cool to
that would have
see.
been awesome. Yeah, but at the same time, everybody would have been like, well, why didn't they just use Cloud? Because he is you know,
Hmm.
he's the one. He's pretty much the biggest representation that I could think of for Final Fantasy. You
And
know.
I mean, the technically is that he was in Kingdom Hearts games on like Nintendo handhelds or something, right?
Yeah.
He was in 2 DS games.
Wasn't he
Okay.
in a 3DS game that was released fairly recently
Oh,
too?
he
He
would.
was not in that one.
I mean, you could say he's also in Theater Rhythm Final Fantasy for the 3DS.
Yes. I think that's the one. It was like some weird little thing.
I've
Oh.
always wanted to play that game. Actually, it looks kind of fun. I don't know. It's Final Fantasy music. It's a rhythm game. Like you can't really go wrong with that.
Yeah, don't they
Yeah.
have like a bunch of those
There
for
was a.
not just Final Fantasy? Like, is there Dragon Quest one or something like that?
It's possible. There may. I know there was a second Final Fantasy one. I don't. It's possible though. Maybe on smartphones or something. I don't know.
That's cool.
Am I safe in guessing that you guys are not on the Goku for Smash bandwagon?
I don't really care. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people would be happy to see it. I was gonna say too, like, even if a character doesn't necessarily fit in Smash, and I know this is probably not what like Sakurai is thinking anyway, but like,
Hmm.
if they did throw in like some crazy crossover, like a Microsoft character or something like that,
Mhm.
like think of that would probably drive some sales, right? Because it would bring
Oh
in
yeah,
new
probably.
people. So
Sure.
like, I could
yeah.
see that happening.
That's why they
I
got
feel like
to
it
add
needs-
Steve.
I feel like it needs to make sense a little bit, though. You know, just
Sorry,
like I'm not saying.
Sorry, who'd you say,
Huh?
John? Gotta add who?
Steve, the Minecraft guy. I don't know. He's
Oh,
apparently named
okay.
Steve. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's true. His name is Steve. I don't even think Microsoft when I think Minecraft though, because like they just like bought it up. Like it's not like they really created it.
No, that's how they do things.
Well,
I
it'd be
guess,
cool
yeah.
if they could get like Banjo Kazooie or something like that. You know.
I think they gotta get Blinks the Time Sweeper. That's who I want to see in Smash.
Okay, let's do a round table. Who is your number one Microsoft character that they want to add? Mine is a character from Fusion Frenzy.
Or how about the guy from that Japanese game that nobody bought that was supposed to have a sequel that got canceled? Something
Metal Wolf
Dust.
Chaos? Oh, okay.
What was it again?
I was gonna say Metal Wolf Chaos, but no, I can't.
Oh, Phantom
What's
Dust. That's it.
Phantom Dust.
There was like
right,
one
right, right.
person who's excited about that game coming back.
There's probably someone who's playing it right now. It's free. Why not give it a shot, James? Come on.
It's free?
Yeah, the like remaster that they did.
Oh, right. But then the sequel got canceled, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, that happened a long time ago.
That was announced by Ken Lobb, too. Do you remember that?
No, I wasn't really paying attention to video games during like the launch of that system. I only heard like through secondary, like, what the hell were they doing?
Sorry, we keep getting off topic, Rob.
Oh, it's okay. It's fine. I keep trying to steer the ship, but it's all right. It happens.
So yeah, anyway, we had
I was gonna ask you what you guys thought of the other Echo Fighters that were announced, aside from Richter, which is
I was
you know,
I was happy to see Dark Samus for sure.
Mhm.
I hope they at least make her kind of unique. Like her charge beam should like at least work a little differently or something. Like it could be cool if it had like the Phazon beam from Metroid Prime 3 or something.
Her
That'd be
missiles look different. Like, I don't know, they look kind of like organic and gross. Yeah,
Yeah.
I really liked how like gross she looked.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, ugh, it's
It is
disgusting.
cool
that
how her
character.
suit's like organic and stuff. Yeah, they did a good job.
I was actually happy to see Chrom, even though I think there's way too many Fire Emblem characters. That was the one character that probably should have been added a long time ago because so many people requested him, and like for some reason like they added Lucina and like Corrin over him when like Chrom was like a really really heavily requested one since I think like the Brawl era actually. If I'm not
Yeah, I
mistaken.
believe so.
You know, so for the people who were really in that camp, it's nice that he actually was added.
Yeah, I mean, there's tons of Fire Emblem fans out there, so they had to add someone.
Yeah.
They might even add the character from the because there's been one more since Corrin, right? Like there's been another
No.
Fire
Fire
Emblem.
Emblem Fates, and then didn't they do a
Fates.
remake of the second one?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh.
What the hell is that called? Echoes of Valencia, right?
Yep.
That was
Yep.
a remake. Okay, sure.
It's a remake of a game that was never released here.
And they might even do the Switch, the character from the Switch one. It's possible.
I hope
Oh,
they
that's
just.
right. Yeah, that'd be
I hope
awesome.
they just don't. But that's just me. That's me.
No, I get
I
it.
think with the new world of like Echo Fighters, I was totally okay with all of them. Honestly, like
Yeah.
like Richter and stuff like I'm fine. And then now that it's separated, if those were like main characters, I would not have been okay with that because I've been like, there's so much limited space. But it feels like for Echo characters, they could kind of add like a ton, and I really wouldn't be bothered. I like that they even showed in the menu that like it's like if you feel like it's too crowded, you could just like
Yeah.
combine them into one space and stuff like that.
Yeah, at first I was
Yeah,
like,
it was
why
like-
would they have that? But then it's like, it makes sense because it'd be pretty crowded.
Yeah. I was saying you like stack them. I guess. Yeah, I like that too. It's
Mhm.
pretty cool. What Echo Fighters you guys think potentially could get in? Just to play with the idea.
I'm trying to think of like characters that don't have a lot of Echo Fighters or any already.
hmm
Like maybe they could do like Dry Bowser.
That would be awesome. That would be
um,
pretty awesome.
I still remember like when New Super Mario Brothers first came out. I used to like joke with a friend of mine that that he was called Dry Bowser because they didn't actually call him that back then, and we thought it was such a ridiculous name, and then that ended up becoming canon.
That's so random.
Look, they don't spend that long on naming characters. All right.
No.
They gotta be busy making games. They can't think about that.
The guy who created K. Rool was literally like, he posted on Twitter. He was like, I kind of wish I spent like more than 5 minutes thinking of his name because now that he's now that he's in Smash Brothers.
That's funny. A lot of people are. There's like rumors that Nintendo is going to be in it, like the first, from Mother One,
perfect
as an echo of Ness, which would be kind of cool. Then you'd have a representative from each of those games.
Yep.
I'd rather have somebody like the Duster or the Masked Man or something, but it'd still be pretty cool. Sorry, go ahead, John.
Lucas isn't anything then. Like it's Ness, Nintendo, and then what is Lucas? What is that?
Is he an Echo
He's not
Fighter?
anything.
Or is he?
No, I don't mean that. I mean his name. Like, why doesn't they continue with that? He's the hero from the third game, right?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Are you saying his name should be like an amalgamation
Game Boy
of GBA?
or something like that. Yeah.
I can't remember why. I used to know this. Lucas and Klaus are brothers, and they were named after two brothers in some story, I guess.
Oh yeah, I remember.
So
that was in that YouTube video. Did you know?
Yeah.
Gaming about.
Yeah,
that.
I think that must have been where I heard it from. Yeah.
It was like some really old story from the 30s or 40s, I think. Maybe.
It's now Nintendo, that's for sure.
Yeah, but so that's an option in 10 for like an Echo Fighter. I was trying to think of other ones. Like a lot of people. What'd you say? Sorry.
Chunky Kong.
Yes, for Donkey Kong. Yes, bring back Chunky Kong. Definitely. He's the one who had that punch. Like he's the one who really has the punch as
exactly.
his main weapon. It'd be cool if they did like the evolutions. Like if they had Charmander and Charmeleon and Wartortle, Blastoise.
That'd be awesome.
Bulbasaur, Ivysaur. Like
it
would be a lot
like
to have all of
their
them.
their wireframes would be so different. I don't know. That seems. I mean, I'm for it, but I just think that that's tough, just because they're not like physically that similar.
Yeah, it might be tough to have like Charmander and have it be in any way similar.
Well, yeah, because Charizard with the wings and everything, it would be pretty difficult.
Would be tough, actually. I guess they wouldn't.
Blastoise, Squirtle, and Wartortle.
Picking up Giant Rock.
But like, yeah, I guess with Charizard it wouldn't really work. Maybe with the other two it'd be easier because they would pretty much have similar moves.
Jigglypuff, they could have Clefairy,
Oh yeah.
would work the same way.
Wigglytuff.
Wigglytuff, yeah, that'd be pretty.
There's some possibilities with the Pokemon, yeah.
So many people have been dying for Igglytuff to be in the game. Like, why? That's everyone's most popular character.
Hey, you mentioned with Donkey Kong. What about Donkey Kong Jr.?
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah,
kind of cool. I'd be down for that. I could see Sakurai doing something like that too, because he loves those old school fighters.
Or doing like the original Donkey Kong as an Echo Fighter of the new DK.
That'd be great.
That would be so cool.
Or I would just like to see an alternate skin of that. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
You
really got my mind working now. Thinking
yeah,
of the possibilities.
I mean, there's so many potential for Echo Fighters. Like, it's pretty. I mean, Link doesn't need one. There's two other Links that are essentially the same friggin' thing. But
and even like you were talking about Cloud, like he's just like a guy that holds a sword. Mind you, a big sword, but I think he can kind of be replaced with other Final Fantasy characters in that sort of way.
Squall
yeah, I agree.
I think Squall would work, and Tidus. They'd both work pretty easily with that moveset.
Or even someone like Cecil,
Yeah, it could work.
I think so. Like his Paladin form or something. They could definitely do like some kind of Echo Fighter out of Cloud. I agree. Huh?
That would be sweet. Like, especially if like Chrono made it into the game, you could have like Cecil fighting Chrono or something. Oh man,
that'd be awesome. Yeah, screw Goku. Somebody commented on one of my Smash videos. They're like, I think Chrono's the closest we'll ever get to Goku in Smash. And I'm like, I'd much rather have Chrono than Goku.
Yeah, not even close. What else did they talk about other than, I mean, obviously the music and the stages. I was pretty impressed. The like morphing, and there's the battlefield and final destinations of everything.
Yep.
And just the sheer number of stages coming back. Like, this is what I've always wanted.
He said a total of 103 stages coming back, and it was like over Like with all the combinations of everything, it's like over 1,000 or something like that.
If you
So,
if you include the different
yeah.
versions. But I've always wanted them to bring back like all of those stages from N64 and Melee, and not just like hand pick a couple. So it's really nice to
Mhm.
see them kind of doing that this time.
Yeah, as far as I know, I watched a video of them like of all the stages announced, and it is as of now like almost every stage from every Smash, like just about.
It's crazy.
You know, it's so crazy.
Yeah.
I'm delighted to see a bunch of like stages from even like Melee and Smash, like Saffron City coming back, Four Sides coming back from Melee.
Uh,
There's a whole
I
bunch.
I really I never played the 3DS version, so I'm actually pretty excited. I think that was in the original reveal where it was like the Spirit Track stage, and I was like, oh right,
Yeah.
they have like a whole other game of stages that I've never played before. I'm pretty excited for that.
Yeah, it had some good stages. That was
Yeah,
like,
they had that like Super NES F-Zero stage. They had Magicant. They had a Paper Mario stage.
yeah, the
I hope
Kirby's
they bring
Dream
back the
Land.
Rainbow Road stage. I like that one too.
Oh yeah, that one was great. That was like
Mhm.
probably my favorite Rainbow Road ever, the Mario Kart 7 one.
Yeah.
It was so good. Yeah, it's really nice to see. Like that's what I've been hoping they would do with Mario Kart as well. Like if they ever do, like if they did a Mario Kart Ultimate with every course from every Mario Kart, I'd be pretty happy about that.
That would be awesome. Yeah. It looks
That
like they
seems
almost sort of
so
did
much
that
more
with 8.
difficult.
It'd be a lot of data. I mean, like a lot of stuff to save. I was gonna say like I don't. This is probably wishful thinking, but like it kind of makes me hopeful that there is an adventure mode. It seems like it's going to be more likely because they're just bringing back old stages, so they're not having to like create new stages. If they're going to be
Mhm.
creating stuff, it's probably going to be for some kind of single player mode. Well, not probably, but hopefully.
It seems like
Yeah, I
they've
hope so
worked
too.
really hard on those stages, though. I don't think it's like they just ported them over. It's like I
That's
know that
true.
the N64 ones they've tried to keep them very like that style, which I really appreciate. I don't exactly know why. There's like it's not the jump from HD or something like that, but it's like I like that those N64 stages like still look janky and awful as I remember them being. But like updating the Melee stages. I think what is it called, Fountain of Dreams that they showed, and I was
Oh
like, oh
yeah,
man,
it did
I
look
actually
nice.
like put work into this, and
Yeah, looks amazing.
Hmm.
but yeah, so you guys are speculating, or I guess James is speculating that he wants an adventure mode to be that green button. Rob, what are your thoughts?
I kind of am agreeing with that. I think everybody is. It seems like
Hmm.
it's got to be an adventure mode, and I'm wondering if maybe in there you can access like not just an adventure mode, but like an event mode, like event matches and like Smash Run. It'd be cool to see Smash Run return as well from this 3DS version. That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
That's a
I'd love
good-
to see that. I was thinking too that like they don't really have to do like a subspace emissary style thing in terms of scale either. Like more of a like melee style adventure mode would be fine with me.
Mhm. Yeah, that'd be
Especially
great.
if it has like the 3DS version had this really cool kind of branching paths aspect to its classic mode. I'd love to see something like that come back too.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I would be down for any kind of adventure mode. I felt like that was the one thing that was really missing from Smash 4. So, like you said, even it doesn't have to be like as ambitious or more ambitious than the Subspace Emissary.
That was
But
like too ambitious as far as I'm
yeah,
concerned.
yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the Subspace Emissary, but it did get like it was a little too much. But the adventure mode in Melee is classic. I love that.
Yeah, me too.
So I'd be down for something like that. You know.
I've played through that like well and like that Super Mario stage like so many times.
I don't know if you guys saw there. So last year, Injustice 2 came out, and like I'm not going to compare because Injustice 2 had an insanely huge budget, but I think that like that game did a story mode in a really effective way. I don't really think that like because obviously like you can't take Smash Brothers too seriously, but I also was thinking like with these more these reveals that are a little more it's like cinematic, like with Luigi like going through the dark mansion and stuff like that. I wonder if they could do try and do something like that. But keep it light, keep it fun.
Mhm.
I don't know. Maybe I don't even like the way I'm like talking about it. The way I don't even trust myself to say like, this just sounds bad, honestly. Like as the words are coming out of my mouth.
Maybe one thing that somebody was theorizing. Did you see the reveal of that character from Monster Hunter?
Oh, I did the dragon.
Yeah, it's going to be like a boss and an assist trophy.
Oh
Well,
yeah, yeah.
they apparently people pointed out that they didn't actually reveal a Monster Hunter stage, and so one time you see that character. I can't remember the character's name right now. The big dragon thing.
I don't know.
You see it on like a Monster Hunter sort of like stage or some kind of stage that nobody can identify. So they're wondering if that's from the new mode. Like, and people are wondering if it's going to be like a boss battles thing or like if there is an adventure mode or whatever, if it's part of that. So, that could be something to think about too. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just people just theorizing stuff, but
No, that's right. He did mention that. I didn't even think about that. He was like, he shows up as an assist trophy and as a boss. So if there was
yeah.
a boss, there would have to be something like that, wouldn't there?
Hmm.
Like,
You think? Yeah.
there was a boss rush mode in Brawl, I remember.
I remember that boss battles. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, that was tough. It was tough to get through.
That creature's name is Rathalos, by the way.
Thank you.
Ah,
Thank
yes,
you.
Rathalos. What else did he talk about?
The assist trophies were kind of interesting. Just some of the ones they revealed. I wrote them down here. Zero, Knuckles, Alucard, Crystal from Star Fox,
Yes.
Oh.
Claptrap, which made me really happy.
Yeah.
Oh
great.
yeah, Claptrap.
That was
Oh,
great.
I forgot about that. That was so good.
I remember when I
Yeah.
saw that, I was like, okay, K. Rool's in.
Yeah, that was great.
It's the best.
The chef character from Kirby that pretty much has his final smash where he like cooks people in a pot. Oh, I love that.
Oh yeah, Chef
Um,
Kawasaki.
The next two I think probably disappointed a lot of people was Shovel Knight and Ashley from WarioWare, because I know
I was
those are two
expecting
characters
Ashley
that
to make
people
it in.
really wanted.
Yeah,
Huh?
I could never imagine Ashley being. I mean, I guess I can, but it just I feel like that's the internet being cute. Like, I guess that's kind of like Waluigi to me. It's like well, that's fun, but
Yeah.
do you really want this, or is this just like how we want Ashley? I
I'd
don't know.
rather see like Jimmy make it in if I want to see a WarioWare character. Like, there's other
Yeah.
characters I'd pick.
Yeah. People really want her for some reason, though. I don't know why, but
And then-
she's been like really highly requested. So
And like Shovel Knight has like barely even been around that long. Like, I don't think he's like, I think it's great that he even made it into the game at all. Like, I think that
same.
Yacht Club is probably like static just about the fact that he's even in the game.
Oh,
So,
I'm sure they are. Yeah, I'm down for him as a. It goes to show you that he must have gotten a lot, because I think Shovel Knight was pretty friggin' popular during the Smash ballot,
I imagine.
and he probably got a ton of votes. Like, I wouldn't be surprised.
Mhm.
I just
Um,
think that like he got his own amiibo, and that felt like a dog whistle to people being like, oh, yeah, that means he's gonna be in Smash, like
yeah,
that
that's
kind of
true.
thing.
That makes sense.
But didn't happen. But that's cool. Shovel Knight's really cool. I do feel like Yacht Club Games probably will maybe never do anything with Shovel Knight again. I think they're pretty sick and tired of that character after working on that game for so long.
And making the
so I do-
expansions. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. And I do feel like it's like, oh, if he didn't get in now, I do think that he probably will never get into a Smash Brothers. So there are future Smash Brothers.
Mhm.
It's cool that he at least made it as an assist trophy, though. I really,
Yeah.
I would have thought it would have been cool if he got in. I really liked him. The other assist trophy I didn't mention too was the moon from Majora's Mask, which I thought was great.
Yeah, I loved that. I loved how like imposing it looked and everything.
Yeah,
Like,
it just like slowly comes in,
We didn't. We talked about it, I think, off air. But that what is his name from Animal Crossing? There was an assist trophy where the bus
the
comes and like
bus. Yeah, it's
throws you in the
Captain.
back of the bus, and Mario was like trying to get out. Oh, that's
He's like
so
angry
good.
that Captain is driving him
So
away.
funny.
That is great. Captain's a great character.
We were talking about Echo Fighters earlier, and a lot of people noticed that Knuckles is there, but Shadow is missing.
That's
So
true.
a lot of people think that Shadow is going to be revealed as an Echo Fighter, which, give or take, I don't really care either way. But a lot
No
of
way.
people
It's gonna be
apparently
Silver.
Silver.
That could work because
I think people would be really pissed if it was Silver and not Shadow.
yeah, that would
That would
or
be
like Blaze the
perfect
cat.
Sakurai. Yeah, Blaze Cat. There's so
Uh,
bad characters to pick from.
Yeah, there's.
It'd be great if he trolled. It'd be funny.
I want to see Big the cat making it. He's a good character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, no.
What a Metal Sonic.
Metal Sonic, yeah. I want to go back to Claptrap. I just want to say, like, I really hope they somehow incorporate that sound effect where he just goes like, "Ow!" Like if you could like, jump on him or something.
Oh, well, maybe he can be KO'd like the others. So some of them could be KO'd. So yeah, I hope so.
I really hope they just put. I just want to hear that sound effect. That's all I care about. That game had great sound effects. Just,
It
like, all
did.
the
It had
noises
great.
the
It
crowd
had
was
great
making.
everything. Everything.
I assume that was just like a person making that noise, right?
Yeah, probably. It's probably the same guy making all those noises.
It's like when you hear that like Grant Kirkhope like is just Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong 64. Like all you can hear is that guy saying "okay," and it's like, is that? I guess that's Donkey Kong now.
And they use that for so long too. It's funny.
Yeah.
What did you guys think, by the way, of the? They also mentioned chargeable final smashes. Did you guys?
Oh yeah, actually, I was
catch that?
super happy to see that. That's like it actually like adds skill to Final Smashes and takes away the randomness of it. Like I'm super psyched about that actually.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I think I.
I think that there was a lot of little almost quality of life improvements to
Yeah.
maybe a more competitive focused game. Like I really liked how what is it, extra overtime works now, where it's like the screen gets smaller instead of just like randomly bombs dropping.
Yeah.
Yep.
From
Sudden death,
it's like it's true RNG where it's literally just bombs and it's like, oh, are you gonna get bombed or not?
That was the worst.
There's-
The worst way to lose a match.
There's such an attention to detail, and there's so many little things that kind of needed to be, like, not fixed, but like improved upon for a long time that are finally being addressed, and it's great.
Yeah.
It's like obviously they've been listening to what people have been wanting. So it's I think it's great personally.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you think that Bayonetta will remain OP?
Nah, I think that they're gonna have to balance her out.
I
They
really
must
hope
know
so.
what's going on. Yeah.
Did you notice how the Evo final was Bayonetta versus Bayonetta for Smash 4?
Did you see what they did? Because they got booed the entire. There was 3
They got
Bayonettas
booed?
in the top 8, and it was Bayonetta versus Bayonetta in the finals, and they just taunted and like did not attack
Oh
the entire
my God.
because the crowd was so against them the whole time that they just taunted the crowd basically. And it's so
I gotta
awesome.
watch that. Wow.
The final, and like a referee had to come over with the rule book and say like, it's like you have to start attacking, like this is in the rules or you forfeit.
Wow.
I just think it's so perfect for what a way to go out for Wii U Smash Brothers, which probably will see no competitive play after this game gets released.
Probably not,
definitely.
yeah. I wonder, and I'll segue into this because there was a little quote that I wanted to, that I've jotted down that I thought maybe you guys would find interesting. And I feel like Bayonetta, like that issue of Bayonetta is a perfect example because it wasn't too long after Bayonetta and Corrin were released that they kind of stopped doing updates for Smash 4, so I would imagine that's a pretty big reason why Bayonetta is so tanked, but...
Yeah.
So he right before the end of the thing, Sakurai said something like, he was talking about characters, and he was like, "We have a few more announcements before launch." So, basically, like all the character, and he basically indicated that all the characters will be announced before the game is released. So I don't know if that implies no DLC. I have no idea, but
I hope so.
that's the statement that he pretty much said, that all the characters are going to be announced before the release date. So I wonder, it makes you wonder, how many more characters there are going to be. Is there going to be a DLC? And if not, does that mean that we're going to get more characters than we thought since he confirmed that? Or is it still, or do you think it'll just be maybe just a few more?
I I really hope there isn't DLC. I don't really see any reason to have it this time around.
I
And
don't
I'm
either.
very confused when I see people like being like, I hope this character ends up being DLC. It's like you want to have to pay more for something when you already paid for this game. Like, what
Yeah,
kind of mentality is that? It's really weird to me.
it's
But
true.
anyway, but like, yeah, I think there's probably still plenty of characters to be announced, and I hope that they don't. Like, I'm okay with DLC for like stages and stuff, but like for characters, I don't think it's necessary, especially this time around.
And
Um,
oh, go ahead, John.
sorry, I just like the model that they started with the original Splatoon and have moved over into Splatoon 2 and ARMS is like just adding stuff,
Yeah,
basically. I know that
Mhm.
ARMS eventually ended, but like I, I hope that they think about that because I do think that keeping the game alive is beneficial, not just for the platform, but for yeah. I just think it like that's kind of something that Nintendo is moving more into is games as a service.
hmm
Mhm.
Their new CEO is like all about that kind of stuff. It would not surprise me. I don't see this game just releasing and then that being it. I think
no.
that either there will be DLC or there won't. And I would say, James, like the one thing I will say about DLC is like when it ended for Wii U, for me personally, I was bummed because I was like, oh, that's it. As cool
Yeah.
as those last characters was, it was like, oh, there could have been more. I would
Yeah,
have paid for a whole another year of
it's
stuff. Even though it's like, like I don't think that all DLC is evil. I think that, paying additional money for stuff that you are enjoying, there's nothing wrong with that. And uh, I think that this game won't feel incomplete when it launches. Like that's
that's
Yeah.
definitely
yeah.
something that I'm not gonna. Even if the single player mode isn't what I want it to be or isn't that great, I
hmm
still think that it will be hard to be like this isn't a full game. They
Yeah.
nickel the dime. It's like I don't think that's gonna be a complaint.
I'm not expecting that. Like, I definitely think it's going to be a full game. That's why I don't. I mean, I think your idea about the free DLC makes more sense, especially since they're going to be charging for the online this time around. So
True.
that
The other thing I want to point out that I think would sit a little better with me with DLC with this game is at least you wouldn't have to worry about like having to pay for a character that was at one time playable in another Smash
that
game like
is
last
true.
time.
That is
So
true.
at least literally everybody's going to be there. So if they do decide to add Waluigi, then he can be
It'll be
part of
new.
it too. You know.
Yeah.
You know.
Um,
But so I mean, at least we know that this time it'd be all new characters, which would be nice. But I don't know if I'd be too thrilled about Echo Fighters either. It'd have to be a pretty excellent Echo Fighter for me to pay for it, you know.
there's two things I really want to see, and that's like if they do balance patches, I want them to not erase all of my replays, and I
Yes.
also would love to see an actual change log and not have to
Yeah.
have people like play
I
the game
forgot about
and
that.
like actually figure out what's different and like post it online themselves. Like,
That'd be great.
It was like various balance fixes or something like
that's
that.
all they
Whenever
ever
they would
put.
like post it, they would never post what they changed.
Nope,
That's so
that
funny.
was ridiculous.
Um, the other thing I was wondering about you guys, what do you think the online's going to be like? Because they didn't talk about that at all either.
Well, I would hope since they're charging for it that it's going to
Good.
be better this time. I mean, it was.
Yeah.
I honestly, I see a lot of people complain that there was a lot of latency
Be
in
bad.
4, and there is sometimes, I guess. I mean, I don't know,
But
but
like everyone switches. There's no like no one is going to be connected through Ethernet. Everyone is going to be on
oh fuck, you're right. Well, that was the same
like
with the Wii U actually. I mean, like a few people got the USB to Ethernet adapter, but I don't think many
Mhm.
people did.
like when we play together, it's for the most part pretty good.
Yeah,
I think there are still times where it's like, oh, this is running a little chunky for some reason.
it's happened.
But like when I've played with like other people in different communities, like sometimes it'll be fine and sometimes it will be awful and like you can't move basically and there's no way to know who is the person that is screwing everything up. There's no like vote to kick or anything like that. You just have to play this
Oh yeah.
long match for way too long because every move is like a frame basically. It takes forever.
It has happened.
Yeah,
to
I've
me.
had a few of those matches.
I guess I
we
play a lot of
usually
one-on-one. Sorry.
I was gonna say usually when the three of us have played, we haven't had too many issues, which is nice. But
Yeah,
so
I think
hopefully,
it's. I don't play a lot of 3 or 4 player matches online either, so that's probably I'm probably biased there.
oh, good call.
It's
Yeah,
no brawl though. I will say that.
yeah.
uh,
They can only get better in theory. So
in theory, I mean they're not going to have dedicated servers though, so I mean the same problems are still going to be there if the other person's internet sucks.
hmm
So I don't know, but that's a good point. I mean the whole Wi-Fi thing, or I mean there might even be people like tethering to their phone and stuff. Like you never know.
Playing Starbucks and yeah, I don't know.
Could be bad, but I don't know. We'll see.
the only thing we didn't talk about that was real, as because I'm looking at this list here, was the final like reveal
I
trailer.
was just gonna say, it's like we left the best for last.
Oh,
Yeah,
they did too.
seriously,
Yeah, that was a great fake out.
that was amazing.
This
Yeah.
little homage here that we have.
Yeah.
And I will say I was a little disappointed not to hear K. Rool's like classic voice. That he's just kind of making snarling reptile voice noises.
Does he have a classic voice?
What with the noise he makes when you like jump on his head? Like it's basically the same as Crusha, but like
I don't remember that, man.
Really?
It's just
Oh.
like I remember him speaking in Donkey Kong 64. I was
Oh
like,
yeah,
I can't
he has like the
imagine.
Darth Vader voice in 64. That's
Thank
true.
you.
It was weird how his like demeanor just changed completely in that boss fight at the end. He was like this calculating like leader up until the end, and then he's just like this ridiculous boxer at the end.
I still have to play Donkey Kong 64. Rachel and I are going to stream that, I think. So,
Fuck man, that game has
yeah,
not
thank
aged
you.
very well.
yeah.
I still think you can have fun with it, but I think, yeah, especially if you don't like games where it's like, hey, you can't go here unless you switch to this character. It's like that is that game basically. It's like you have 5 different characters, and you're gonna have to figure out which one can go to where.
If they could just do like not even an HD remake, just literally just remake the game where you can switch your character anytime. That's all they need to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought with K. Rool, by the way, that he looked amazing.
Yeah,
Like,
he does.
Exactly what I would imagine. Like this is
Yeah,
perfect.
he looked amazing. Oh my god. And I love the reveal trailer. Like, I literally just started cracking up with the DDT thing. Like, what a troll moment.
People like I want to talk about this for a second. People were bummed. They were like, "Oh, it should have been like somebody else. Like it should have been a fake out." You know, like cuz everyone knew that it was going to be K. Rool and that it was
What?
K. Rool. And it's like that's so mean. Why would you want that?
Yeah,
why
that is
I think it's K. Rool. It's really this other guy. It's like why would you do that? I don't know. I
yeah,
thought it was
people would be
perfect.
pissed if that happened.
The only thing I was kind of expecting that didn't happen, and it's fine. I thought for some reason that in the same trailer they would have announced Dixie and King K. Rool, but
Yeah.
I guess not. If Dixie doesn't end up being in it, it's okay. But I was really kind of rooting for Dixie because she's the best Kong. You know?
They added 2 villains so far. I'm kind of okay with that. I actually think that's something that Smash has always lacked. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
let's get all the attention, and there's like 2 villains, and that's it.
yeah.
So I was happy with
And
that.
they're both such highly requested characters. You know, it's like, of course, you know.
I really loved, when we actually saw him in play, that like he had moves from every single one of his
I was
like
gonna say that,
appearances.
yeah. Does he like
Through the ground, he shot the cannonball out of the gun. He used the stupid like
propeller
thing, the propeller to get him higher, and then he used a boxing glove.
Yeah, that's pretty fantastic that they referenced all 4 incarnations.
Yeah, it was. I that was something I immediately noticed too, John. I was really, really impressed with it. Especially, I love the gun and the throwing of the crown. I was like, yeah, that's awesome.
The ultimate Smash being like what his like end goal for Donkey Kong 64. I love that it's like finally it's happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. I love how they just render the entire DK aisle just for that final smash too. It's like that's what I'm talking about. Like Sakurai is just insane in some ways.
He's nuts.
This stage, would they do that?
That would be great if they did. I'd be totally down for that. Fuck, what else was I gonna say about K. Rool?
Ridley's Final Smash looks amazing too. Just on
It
that,
does,
just
yeah.
while we're on that topic, I remember the first time I saw that, I was like, that looks amazing. You know.
That was really cool. Yeah.
It feel. Did we see Simon Belmont's? I don't remember.
'Cause he uses like he puts them in a casket and then he uses like his holy cross or
Oh,
whatever.
that was really cool too. You know
Yeah.
what? I think they haven't they've said basically Sakurai said it's like, hey, there's not going to be that many characters. So, and I just think that they're like, okay, we have to come up with the best possible Final Smashes. If we're only going to add 6 characters or whatever, they're going to have
Sure.
the best Final Smashes.
And you're talking unique characters, right, John?
Yeah. Sorry, I like Echo characters for me are like they're not going to have their own like ultimate smash and stuff like that. I just assume that they're just going to be the same moveset and everything like that. So.
About K. Rool, I was gonna say like I wonder. Obviously they're probably gonna have like the lab coat and the boxing garb and the pirate outfit as like alternate costumes. I would think.
I hope.
But I wonder, like, I was looking at the screenshot of him using the gun, and he had the pirate hat on. So I wonder if he just, like, whips out the pirate hat when he gets the gun out or something.
I can't use it without it. People will confuse me. I really want the like when he's in like the bonus stage for Donkey Kong Country 2 where he's like soaked from being in the swamp and stuff like that, and he's like got slime like falling off of him and stuff like that. I think that'd be a good costume as well.
Wait, was that from the ending or?
Yeah, if you spoiler alert, if you beat Donkey Kong Country 2, the main ending, he falls down the map and ends up in the swamp and then gets eaten by sharks. And then if you fight him again, spoiler alert, in the bonus stage, you do all the bonus stages and get to that final ending. He's from out of the swamp, and so he's like covered with swamp goo and stuff like that.
Oh, cool.
You know what? I got the second ending in the Game Boy version, but never the Super Nintendo version. So I don't think I could even tell that he was covered with like goop in it.
What's it like, Donkey Kong Land 2 or whatever? Yeah.
It was pretty much just a direct port, though. Like it just was missing a few levels.
I was thinking, along with K. Rool, I kind of was hoping they'd give him a stage like Gangplank Galleon or something like that. That would be awesome.
They might still. That would be that'd be really great if they did.
Yeah.
That would make a great stage.
Ridley and did Ridley get her own stage or his own stage?
I don't think so.
They might just not have announced it yet, but yeah, I don't think so.
Come on, guys, gotta be.
What would it be though?
They brought back like a bunch of Metroid stages though. Like they brought back Brinstar Depths even, which hasn't been around since Melee.
I'm happy about that.
Make it a stage from the Metroid Prime 4 to give it us a sneak preview of that game.
Hopefully Ridley's in it.
Oh yeah,
hopefully.
gotta be.
I don't know. The Ridley boss fight in Metroid Prime 3 is like really amazing if you've never seen it. And it's like you fight him twice, but the first time you fight him is so cool. You're like literally falling through this like giant shaft and he's like flying down at you and you're like shooting up at him. It's
amazing.
It's so cool.
That's cool.
I'm very pleased with all the Metroid stuff in it. Like I loved the the Mother Brain Assist trophy too. That was pretty cool.
Oh,
yeah, that's cool.
Was that?
It takes up like a big part of the screen, right?
I didn't even realize that was a new trophy.
Yeah, it's an assist trophy, and it like shoots out that like multicolored laser.
Yeah.
Yeah,
awesome.
It's from what is it from Brawl or is it Wii U? I can't remember. I definitely know it's in Wii U, but it's really cool.
Awesome.
Very awesome.
I was gonna ask you guys, like, obviously Echo Fighters. Maybe I don't know if you guys want to end with this or if you want to keep going, but as far as like Echo Fighters aside, let's say there's like maybe 4 or 5 characters left to be revealed. What do you guys think's coming?
I think you were pretty spot on with your predictions, to be honest, Rob.
I got 3. I predicted 7 characters, and 3 of them were announced in this direct, so I'm pretty proud of myself.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if everything else you predicted would make it in, except Waluigi, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't predict Waluigi.
That's true. You just said he might.
Yeah, I just wanted Waluigi. That my second.
That you wanted him.
One was just what I wanted. Yeah, that's
true,
all.
Yeah. Can you just as maybe someone that may not have heard your predictions, do you want to go through and say, What four you predicted
Well,
that have not come true yet?
the 7 characters that I predicted were let's see, there was Simon, K. Rool, Dixie, Dark Samus, Decidueye, which is like a Gen 7 Pokemon if you don't know.
Yeah.
Rayman and Geno.
Rayman, huh? Rayman would be a really cool character.
I said Rayman was because I feel like at this point with Nintendo and Ubisoft's like enormous love fest, I feel like that's a very likely thing.
Enormous love fest that they put a game on their system.
Yeah.
Child of Light coming soon. They announced that Steep is getting canceled, but
I saw that. I actually really
so
like that
I
game.
guess probably not a Sneep snowboarder is probably not going to be in the game, guys. I'm going to say that right now. Probably not going to happen.
With his Red Bull helmet. You have no
A lot
idea.
of people are saying they want to see the Rabbids get in, which would be I don't know about
I kind of
that.
think that's more likely, honestly, and unfortunately, but yeah. I don't know.
That would be so good. They would have to be one character, but it would have to be
like
like
3 of them stacked on
Yeah,
top of each other.
That would be so good.
That could be good. Actually.
I heard an even cooler idea for the Rabbids rather than as fighters. You have a Mario and Rabbids Kingdom battle stage, and in the background the Rabbids are hanging out, but they could be in costume with whatever characters are fighting on the stage. That would be awesome.
And a lot of work, but yeah.
And a lot of work. But hey, they're going nuts, so why not?
Yeah.
Just before we go into that, what did you guys think of the Odyssey stage?
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
It looked very basic, like going up the building and then coming back down. But I liked that. I guess like in the game, I haven't played Odyssey, but I guess like in the game, you collect the band members to create the band.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
That's cool.
I was happy to see that stage make it in, but I was kind of just like, really, like another like platform floating around a city stage. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It looks like it was just going up and down now. I don't know.
Was it?
I'm okay. Yeah, it looked like it went to the top and then came back down. I'm
I'm excited for that and the Breath of the Wild one.
Oh,
I think they're both going to be great.
It's
Cool.
the tower, right?
And Moray Towers from Splatoon is another one I'm really excited about.
What were you saying, John?
Just that like the stages they've added have been pretty small. I wonder if they've like got a big one up their sleeves. He always likes to put those big stages in.
That's true. Yeah. I do like what is it? The Spirit Tower. How have I forgotten the name of those towers? I've put 200 hours into that game. Yeah, I don't know. It goes up and down, right? The tower stage. Is that right?
Does it? I thought you were just at the top of it.
Well, I think that because the tower, when you activate it, it like comes up out of the ground and like goes up into the air. So maybe when you start out, it's in the ground and then it comes up like halfway through the fight.
I don't know.
But yeah, I'm
not sure either, to be honest. Sorry.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see like a big stage make a comeback too. Like what was the other one before? Well, there was Temple, and then there was Newport City, and then there was the Great Cave Offensive, which I don't think anybody liked that stage.
No, please no. I think that Newport City is in it though, because I think that
it is.
Yeah, that was one of the stages that I heard from someone that went to a preview event. Said that or not preview event. I think it was just at Comic-Con. That was one of the stages they played. And honestly, I think that stage was probably a little too big for 1v1. I really like that you can turn off bosses, which basically prevented me from playing certain stages, like Doctor.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
the toggling mode.
Dr. Wily's Castle.
Wily's Castle. That's it. Yeah. I hated that stage just because it was I'm fighting. Everything's going good. Oh, he shows up and great.
Yeah,
I usually just went with the Omega forms anyway, personally.
Yeah, I
in
pretty much did too. But it's cool to have unique stages that aren't just trying to kill you all the time too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That Yellow Devil.
Wasn't there a brawl stage where Pokemon would show up and turn the stage upside down or something like that? Or
the Spear Pillar?
Is that what it's called? I wonder if that's gonna be back.
I don't know if that's the one. I don't know. There was one where the X and Y Pokemon maybe would show up. I think. I haven't been following Pokemon much.
Some sort of Pokemon would show up. Something would happen.
Yeah, exactly. I think it was the black and white Pokemon. Maybe.
Is it Unova, that stage?
Unova Pokemon League? No, that was later. I honestly can't remember. I think it was Spear Pillar.
All right.
Sounds right.
Show me Spear Pillar. So James, what would your remaining predictions be?
Characters.
Characters that you.
Why don't we say 5? Everybody could say 5, I guess.
There's no way I'm gonna be able to come
I
up
don't
with
know if I can
5.
come up with them on the spot. I mean, I think Gino has a good chance. Yeah, I also just really want to see him in there, so I think there's a bias there. But
Yeah.
I really hope Gino makes it in. I think, like you said, Rob, some kind of Sun or Moon Pokemon will make it in. What else? I don't know. I'm trying to think of like other characters that people have thought were going to get in before and never did.
Poochie.
Poochie. Like the Simpsons
Yes.
character, or
Yes, the Simpsons character.
By the way, if Gino gets in, Boshi Echo Fighter, just saying.
That's other Mario.
Poochie could be an Echo Fighter. Well, he kind of just can be a different skin, honestly.
Yeah.
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 I don't know, man. Come back to me. I'm gonna have to think. What do you
Yeah, I
think,
mean,
John?
when I think about it, I kind of am just along for the ride now. Like, K. Rool is really cool. I personally, with Simon Belmont being in, I'm like, okay, I don't really think there's a lot of room for more third-party characters. Honestly, like, I think that they probably are only going to add maybe one more. And, like, so my whatever I wanted is like, okay, well, that's not going to happen because it's going to be something more popular on a game that I've never played before. And so it's like, okay, what Nintendo characters do I want? And I'm cool. I'm cool with whatever. I don't want probably more Fire Emblem characters, honestly, or more Pokemon characters. But I understand.
I don't blame you either way.
Just because there's so many, I feel like they're a little overrepresented. Just in general, especially Fire Emblem, which is never mind. But yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool with the whatever. I just think that don't make them weird. Don't add characters where it's like, don't add another Xenoblade Chronicles character. Like, don't add what's his face. You just don't need him, man. Like, that game is not that memorable. There's not an X character in it.
So it's not
You can
Ryan
just-
time? Is that what you're saying?
No. If it was Ryan, I would totally be down for it. What I'm saying is the main character
From 2. Okay.
whose name I can't remember.
I can't either.
So like, I just feel like it's like, well, it's like it's just like one of those things where it's like, well, it has to be in it. I think maybe he could work as like a Echo character or something like that, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It just feels like, oh, this is a new thing that's happening now. We should put it in. But I want whatever Sakurai's desire is, and that seems like it's trolling, and I'm totally cool with that.
I'd like to
Just to be clear, for the people listening, if you aren't aware, the King DDD troll, Sakurai apparently does the voice
right.
for DDD, so it's basically him laughing at you, looking through the window, and he's laughing right at your face.
So
Because
good.
And you were,
It is great.
it's perfect.
It's so much fun.
So good.
I think Sakurai has added enough of his own characters. Like, I think Kirby and a Kid Icarus are a little overcrowded too.
Oh yeah,
for
no question.
representation.
There's got to be way more Kid Icarus characters that they haven't drilled into.
Yeah, where's the eggplant wizard?
Exactly. I would actually like to see, as Steven mentioned, Mike Jones. That would be cool. That'd be a deep cut.
From Star
From Star
Tropics? Yeah, that'd
Tropics,
be
yeah.
awesome.
Or like, I remember you mentioned, John, that detective character from the Japan only game.
Yeah, I don't remember
I
what
don't
it was,
remember
like
the name,
Detective Club or something like that. It's for the disc, the
disc
NES
system.
disc system or whatever. Yeah, that would be fantastic.
And-
Just old characters. I'm totally down with old characters being added.
I would also love to see Rhythm Heaven get a character, because Rhythm Heaven is awesome. Like, I will just say that. Rhythm
Is
Heaven.
there what rhythm characters would you want in? I actually don't know that series very well.
There's the chorus kids. Was one that was floated around a lot, which is like these 3 kids that sing and like would have like maybe could like create sonic booms or something. I don't know. There's like a kung fu fighter character. There's like the wrestler, the Mucho Libre wrestler. I don't know. There's a few they could have.
No, I don't know, James. I'm looking at these characters and
They could have just like literally all the Rhythm Heaven characters as one character, and they just like swap out for different moves. I want that. That's what I want.
what about the frogs? I'm seeing a lot of frogs here.
Oh
Can we
yeah,
have
the
a-
frogs. Yes, the frogs definitely need to be in there too. Just play Rhythm Heaven. That's the point of that.
Gotcha.
Anyway,
I've heard that too. That a lot of people want some kind of Rhythm Heaven characters. So why not?
those games are so great. I gotta get Mega Mix. That's like that and WarioWare Gold are like the two 3DS games that I want to get before I stop buying 3DS games. But I'm trying to think. Like, I'd just like to see some like classic, obscure, deep cuts from like the NES and SNES that just like haven't been around for a while. I don't really care.
Stanley the Bugman.
Stanley the Bugman. There you go. I mean, you pretty much in that video, especially with all your like honorable mentions, Rob. You pretty much covered like every character that I would want to see.
Thanks. My list, I could do like I'm trying to decide if I want to do like 5 characters I want to see or like what's likely. I guess I could do like a hybrid. I mean, Gino's number 1. Like honestly, John, with what you said, I'm very, especially with K. Rool and Simon getting in, I am like beyond content with the roster. There's just one character missing, and that's just Gino. I feel pretty confident that Gino's going to be in it.
I really hope
So, if he's in it, I'm honestly happy. I don't really everything else is just a bonus as far as I'm concerned.
Can I ask you, what if he trolled and put another character from Super Mario RPG in there, like the sword or the one
Or
party
even just
member
Mallow,
who's like the cloud?
Mallow,
Mallow.
or Smithy maybe, or Booster would be pretty
Honestly,
cool.
like it would be a little hurtful, but at the same time, I'd just be happy that world was represented in some way, you know.
Mhm.
Like I certainly wouldn't complain if Mallow was a playable character, you know, or if it'd be cool if Gino got in and they had like a boss battles thing and you could fight Smithy or something. Wouldn't that be pretty friggin' amazing?
That
you know.
would be. Oh man.
But yeah, I think Gino has
What's
a
that
very
battle
likely.
music?
Huh? Sorry.
That's that battle music right now. Like I can hear it. Da, da,
Oh,
da,
man.
da, 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 da,
Yeah, it's so good. Just so
Right.
good.
Yeah, that Smithy final battle music was also amazing.
I feel like that Gino has a really, really good shot, and I really want him in. And I think a lot of people just who are such fans of that game and such a fan of those characters just want him in because he's not been in anything except for what Mario and Luigi and the Mii Fighter costume in 4. And the fact that he got a Mii Fighter costume is probably bodes well for that.
Mhm.
So,
True that.
but I'd say he's my number 1. As far as I'm just gonna throw some other ones out there, like I really would like to see Dixie. You know, that'd be kind of cool. Let's see. We'll probably get another Pokemon. So whatever Pokemon that is, probably Decidueye, I would imagine. Let's see what else. A lot of people wanted Paper Mario. I think actually that'd be kind of cool.
That would be. Yeah.
And what else? There was a couple other ones I could think of. Let's see, Paper Mario. I don't know. I'm blanking out now. I had a whole list of them in my head. Now I can't even think of them.
I got to throw in a name actually. Like I'd like to see some more Animal Crossing representation. We mentioned Isabelle, I think, before the stream, or not
Mhm.
stream, but video. But I'd love to see KK Slider, and like
Yes.
he could like hit people with his guitar.
Or Mr. Rossetti.
Mr.
Please.
Rossetti, yeah, with his mind pick.
Yeah.
That could work.
Man, I think that like I don't know. Even when I heard about Isabelle, it's like she's so like she's such a non-violent character.
Yeah, it's true.
Like I don't know. I'm okay with that, but that they also have to make an Animal Crossing game. Then that has to be the deal. They want another Animal Crossing character in the game. They have to be working on an actual Animal Crossing.
That's why I hope with the inclusion of K. Rool that the next Donkey Kong Country or game, he'll be the main villain, you know?
Cool, yeah. And
Yeah,
like,
when is that? Was that coming out, Rob? Are we getting that soon? Is that coming?
Hopefully.
what is Retro doing? Like, really though?
They're working on a weird Starbucks racing game.
Oh
apparently.
yeah, apparently that's right. I forgot. They were supposed to announce that at E3. What happened to that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever.
It's not ready.
Oh,
They need
I know. Not I
5
know.
more years to work on it.
I thought of one more thing that I would want to throw in there, which would be nice, would be another new Zelda character, because 3 Links is probably like,
Yeah.
you know, we literally just have 3 Links, technically 2 Zeldas and a Ganondorf, so like Midna or Darunia or Impa or like, you know, even Ruto or something, like somebody
Zant.
different, you know.
Zant. You gotta put Zant.
Zant.
In there.
Zant.
So have either of you ever seen the boss battle with Zant in Twilight Princess?
No.
I've seen Zant in Hyrule Warriors.
Does
For
he
sure.
act as crazy in that as he does in Twilight Princess?
Yes, he acts pretty crazy. Yeah. Oh, also, or Beetle. Beetle would be another one.
Beetle would be
Oh!
good. Yeah, Zant was like such a, like, I don't know. I just loved the way he like is this completely stoic, imposing figure for like hours and hours and hours in this game, and then when you finally fight him, he's just batshit insane and jumping all over the place, giggling like a fucking maniac. It's like such a strange transition. So like, I'd love to see him in Smash. That would be
Great. Or Skull Kid would be another one too. Skull Kid would be really
Oh
cool.
yeah, that'd be good too. Yeah.
Zant.
That would be great. I'd love to see that. Is he just be like, he literally has like 2 knives that he just like pulls out of his cloak, and he just starts like dancing around, like trying to hit you with these knives. That'd be
Great.
to see him in Smash.
Is there any like Breath of the Wild character that would make sense? I guess one of the champions.
Yeah, Urbosa and Daruk would both be good, I think, and Ravioli.
I just feel like, I mean, not to slam any of your ideas, but it's just like, I don't like many of those characters only were in one game many years ago.
This is
and,
all just what I personally want. This isn't
yeah,
like what I think is
totally. I was
likely.
just thinking of, like, there should be another Zelda character. You know, it doesn't really make sense that it's really just like 3 people kind of like repurposed, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Impa has been like consistent, you know, but it's all been different Impas, you know. That's the thing.
She's similar to Sheik in some ways.
Kinda,
In
yeah.
some of them, like in Ocarina of Time, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still say like a Wolf Link Midna combo would be pretty interesting, you know.
That would be
but
good too. Yeah.
Or Okami. Bring Okami in. Actually, it's not its name. What is it name?
Amaterasu.
Yeah, thank you.
I played a lot of that game. I bought a
just
PS2
played
to
it
play that
last year.
game.
Remember?
I need to go back and play that.
oh, another one that I didn't mention too is Isaac. People really want Isaac from Golden
From
Sun.
the Binding of Isaac.
Oh, I thought you meant the Binding of Isaac. I was like, that would be
No,
like,
I
maybe an
meant-
assist trophy, but
No, Golden Sun.
yeah, that'd
That's
be
the other
good
one I
too.
was going to mention.
Yeah. Or like, I mean, if they're throwing in indie assist trophies, like throw in like Super Meat Boy or like the Castle Crashers or something. That'd be cool. Castle Crashers has never been on a Nintendo system, but whatever.
James, if there could be one indie representative, who would it be? Who would you want?
Who would I want? Oh, the
Yeah, I know
Spelunker.
what you-
The Spelunker.
Yes.
Slugger.
I love Spelunky. I'd be like the Spelunky multiplayer mode. Like that would cross over into Smash perfectly. Like the
Yeah,
the
but, like,
moveset from that.
It's so much less iconic than like any of the characters you mentioned before it.
No, you're right. You're right. I don't know. Spelunky's. I mean, a lot of people like Spelunky. I don't know. It's getting a
Yeah,
sequel.
you're right. You're totally right. I just think that like Meat Boy's like
Meat Boy is
it's
more
a
iconic. Yes.
thing. Yeah, it's a guy. You can picture him in your head. Like, I don't know.
I would always play as the Spelunker with like the mutton chops and the like the big blue gear. If I could play as that guy in Smash, I'd be pretty happy.
I would want the guy in the chicken costume from Runbow. He's got to be in there.
They could have the runner from Bit Trip Runner, and he's played like Charles Martinet is literally in that game. Like that'd be a good fit.
So great. That'd be hilarious.
There's a lot of good ones. I mean, yeah, I could go on for a very long time about indie characters I'd like to see in Smash.
No worries. What would you guys think about like a Resident Evil character? Maybe that'd be a little out of place.
Not really.
No, definitely not. Resident Evil characters are in Marvel vs. Capcom, so they
Yeah.
they definitely
Plus,
do a lot
like,
of fighting.
the GameCube had
Maybe like
almost
Leon
every
or Chris
Resident Evil.
Redfield or something. Huh? Sorry?
Plus, like, the GameCube was like the Resident Evil system for a while. It had like almost every game in the series on it.
True.
Yeah.
Good point.
So they could have anyone really.
Yeah, I would want to. Who's the? Ah, it's not Mr. X. It's someone like him that is in Marvel vs. Capcom, where he's just like a big zombie dude who has a bazooka.
Was it the guy from the second one?
Yeah,
Nemesis?
no, Nemesis. Yes, it's Nemesis.
That'd be good. And didn't they
Such a
have
weird.
didn't they have Wesker in one of those games?
Yeah, Wesker's in it.
Huh.
The only problem with a
Other
Resident Evil
villain.
rep is that they've already got 2 Capcom characters, so 3 might be pushing it, you know.
Yeah, they got 2 Capcom. They got 2 Konami now. Well, technically 3
Yeah, they have
Konami.
Ryu and Mega Man? Yeah. so-
Yeah.
Hmm.
So here's the thing. Where's the 505 Games rep?
Who do they make again?
The guy from that game where you try and find the stars.
Mario 64?
Yes, Mario 64, made by 505 Games. I can't remember any names that I am totally blanking on.
Stars.
That it's like a puzzle game. It's like
Professor
it's not.
Layton? I'm sorry. Stars puzzle game.
No, let's stop thinking about this. I'll look it up. You guys.
I think I'm done.
Yeah. I'm getting ready to go to. I think I'm pretty much ready to head out myself. So
Yeah, but I mean, we got an hour and 15 in, so
damn,
damn indeed.
we did it again, gentlemen. Did it again.
Another great piece of entertainment out there to watch.
Yep.
We do it for you.
Yeah.
What characters would you guys like to see in Super Smash Bros.
Comment
Ultimate?
below.
Leave a comment below. Also, be sure to like and subscribe and make sure you hit that bell so you get notified every time we have a long discussion like this.
Thank you, Rob.
Also, anyway, sorry.
Yeah, make sure you smash that subscribe button. Oh, it's actually relevant. What do you know?
Yeah, no kidding.
All
Make
right.
sure you smash that subscribe button for the ultimate YouTube experience.
There you go. That's what the people come for.
Yeah.
All
Game
right.
is called the Talos Principle, by the way.
Oh, the Talos principle. Okay, I wouldn't have guessed that. If you'd said the game that's like Portal but not Portal, then I might have guessed it.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Well, it took up way too much time. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm sorry for my lack of contributions during this whole episode. But thank you for watching.
I think you contributed
James,
plenty.
take us ahead.
Yeah, you did.
Thank
You did
for
fine,
watching,
John.
everyone.
Thank you.
And happy smashing in Smash Brothers.